everybody. Meteorologist Mark Muller here. As we get into the weekend and into next week with a warming trend as the cold and snow pull away from the northeast and the east coast, how warm will it get? Will this warming trend last? Are we doomed for what could be coming May 7th into May 8th of next weekend? And how much severe weather will we see with the clash of the seasons between winter and summertime temperatures to the south? I'll break it all down for you in this edition of Weather Eastern. And yes, I am drawing your eyes to these. I know it's really far out here, but Friday, May 6th. Look at this system moving across the Ohio Valley. There is a fringe of snow on the northern edge of this from Illinois all the way over to upstate New York. Look at this. Yeah, cold high pressure here to the north. This is something we've got to watch for. A double barrel low and snow right on the northern fringe of this system. And then a secondary low development for Friday, May 6th into Saturday, May 7th there. It kind of heads out to sea here. Let's see what the Euro actually does with that system. This is something we're going to have to watch. You know, this is a broken record. Take a look at this next system out of the Rocky Mountains. And then that heads to the east. Let's see what the Euro does with this system. Not as prevalent. So that is some good news. So the GFS is much colder and much snowier to the north. The Euro is much more progressive and farther to the south with this system. All right, as you can see across the midsection of the country heading into Friday, there is going to be some big, strong thunderstorms here in the northern plains and the central plains, and those are going to travel to the east as we head throughout the day. Look at that. Things really get organized, especially on the northeast side of this low. This is where we're going to see, wow, look at that. Big old squall line there in eastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri. That is going to head east throughout the night, Friday night into early Saturday morning, and that's going to be knocking on the door of Chicago before weakening. But look what we got. We got a big old low swirling up here into the upper plains, and that brings thunderstorms to the Ohio Valley come Sunday and into Monday. Look at that for the northeast. So that, oh, and look at that. Another big system on its heels here. Look at that. Another big severe weather outbreak. Just how much severe weather are we looking at here? Well, let's actually take a look at that. All right, so we got explosive thunderstorm development for your Friday. There is an enhanced risk across eastern Kansas and north central Oklahoma. Look at this. This is the enhanced risk for tornadoes. Look at this. In the 10% range in this hatched area of eastern Kansas, north central Oklahoma, we are looking at tornado possibilities for your Friday. And look at this, 30% chance of hail. So big, large, damaging hailstones, softball size, definitely a good bet here. And wind damage in the 15%. Now, if we head to day 3, this is Saturday. This shifts to the east in Illinois, parts of Indiana and Missouri, northeastern Arkansas, extreme western Kentucky here. So this is going to be an area we're going to watch for your Saturday. If you have any outdoor plans, really stay tuned for watches and warnings. Day 4, this shifts to the south with this new low that's coming out of the Rocky Mountains, and there could be an area up in the Ohio Valley. I'm going to explain that a little bit later in the segment here, but there's the potential there. And day 5, we actually got here into southern Oklahoma and northeastern Texas here. So tornado outbreak, continuing possibilities, and then thankfully by day 6, 7, and 8, that's just too low. All right, you want to see something crazy here? This is the dry line that we're going to be dealing with into central Kansas and Oklahoma during the day on Friday. Take a look at this. We have dew points well into the upper 60s here in eastern Kansas. This is right around 2 o'clock. This is where things could really start to come together here Friday afternoon. Take a look at this. Dew point of 4 here in west central Kansas. And then look at this. Just to the east, we're into the 60s. This is definitely quite the boundary here. And if we can get anything firing along it, there's going to be such a dynamical change of winds with height as well as low-level moisture here, that we're going to be dealing with some sort of tremendous explosion of thunderstorms across eastern Kansas and north central and eastern Oklahoma on Friday afternoon. Now that starts to fill back in as this low pressure starts to intensify late Friday night, and thankfully things become a little bit more stable here. You can see the demarcation zone isn't quite as potent. All right, Friday's the big day here across the midsection. So we start off in the morning. We've already got a couple severe thunderstorm complexes here across parts of Nebraska, eastern Kansas. And then another one forming up here in western Nebraska. Here is the low right here in southeastern Oklahoma. Watch as we head throughout the day. Yep, these remain a little bit disorganized, but things are going to really start to fire near this area of low pressure. This is right around noon hour. So we progress throughout the day. You start to see some of these cells really starting to blossom here across central part of Kansas and south central Nebraska. Now take a look at this. We head throughout the day. Yep, things are really going to start to get cranking here across eastern Kansas. Take a look at that. A big old squall line really starting to take shape here. You saw this on the other models as well. It's really starting to blossom here, and look at that. That is quite a sight to behold. So we could be looking at the potential for some tornadic development here. Starting off Friday morning, take a look at the Cape here. Yep, you got a big old area coming up from the south here. This is in excess of 2,000, 2,500 right here in central Kansas. And as we head throughout the day, it kind of conglomerates right over central Kansas. Now, we do have a lot of Cape down here, but there is not a lot of juice to feed these thunderstorms down here. But look at this. This really starts to entrain north here, and this is where we're going to start. This is incredible. 4,000 plus Cape, Wichita, Kansas here. This is right around 2, 3, 4 p.m. here. That is your prime time to get some of these development of these strong to severe thunderstorms. So north central Oklahoma down in, look at how sharp. I'm going to show you the dew point gradient as well. There's going to be a dry line. Look how quickly the stable air moves in behind us. So this is going to be a very tight gradient going on here. All right, significant tornado parameter. Let's put this into motion. So throughout Friday morning, yep, the early morning hours, there is no chance. But look at this as we get right into 2 to 3 p.m. here. Now, as you know, statistically, most tornadoes happen right around 5 p.m., 5 to 5:30. So we start to get into this 4, 4.5. Anything above a 3 on the significant tornado parameter is incredible. Look at this. This is actually amazing. Look at this. We're getting up towards 5.5, 6 right here. So there is going to be a narrow area here to get some real big explosive rotating thunderstorms, veering winds with height, and that tapers off pretty quickly, thankfully, throughout the night, Friday night here into early Saturday morning. Right, so as we head into Saturday here, what do we have to work with here in the Ohio and upper Mississippi River valleys for that severe weather? Well, we do have Cape in the order of 1,000 to 1,500, so that is pretty much on target. It's going to give us enough to get some of these thunderstorms, even over here in eastern Ohio as we get into Sunday. Take a look at that. We got Cape on the order of about, 1,000. That's good enough for some strong thunderstorms. I do think we'll have to watch eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, potentially later in the day, early evening hours on Sunday. So, yeah. All right, so the NAO Index, yep, I've showed you this quite a few times in the last couple weeks, but here we are. We're negative. That is going to continue to head towards the neutral phase. But, it's going to be gyrating all over the place here. So you're going to want to stay tuned week to week because it's going to change here. And more likely than not, we're going to stay negative, which means the storms are going to move slower, especially along the U.S. East Coast. And the pattern is just going to be blocked up, which means cooler than average temperatures, especially, unfortunately, in the Northeast. All right, take a look at John sending in this photo from April 26, I-95, Norwalk, Connecticut. Take a look at that nice open road. It is overcast across the area, so it is, we're holding on to that marine layer, and of course, cloudy and windy across the Northeast. So there you have it, right out on the I-95 in Connecticut. Nice capture there, John. All right, TGIF across the Northeast. Here we go. High pressure is kicking in. We are slowly pulling away. What's left of the system in the Northeast, changing over to some rain showers and some mix, maybe some snowflakes up here in northern Maine by this point. But for the most part, we are pulling the system away. Thankfully, the wind is starting to calm down. Still a little bit windy up here in New England, but temperatures are going to be on the rise. 55 there, Double Nichols in Binghamton. And look at that, 60 in State College, 52 in Erie after the cooler lake breezes here. And you're warming it up to 63 in New York City, Central Park, 64 in Atlantic City, 67. Nice day there in Washington, D.C. So we head into Saturday. Look at this. This is a stellar day across the Northeast, 62 in Binghamton and Albany. We're still holding on to some 50s up here in northern New England, but this is much better than it has been. 67 in Pittsburgh and 70 there in D.C. That's the warm spot. 66 there in New York City and upper 50s here off of Lake Erie. So if we head over towards Sunday, yep, this is where the trouble starts. We got a big old warm front moving in here. There could be some instability, strong to severe thunderstorms, particularly from 4 p.m. onward, like 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. here in Cleveland, and then maybe western Pennsylvania, extreme eastern Ohio here by about 8, 9, 10 p.m. So watch out for that. We're going to hold on to a nice day here, though, from Buffalo State College, Harrisburg, D.C. on eastward. So the sun's going to be prevalent, and temperatures are going to be soaring near 70. A lot of upper 60s here in upstate New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, and warming into the 60s here for the most part into New England. But look at this. We get into Monday. Yep, we got that next system moving in, the low pressure. It is on the decrease, though, so this is a weakening system. This is great news. We will bring some showers into the area, but it will be about a 1/10 to a 1/4 inch or less for the most part. So temperatures will be warmer. Look at that. 66 in Binghamton, 60 there in New York City with some of the northeast wind. You're starting to get some of the marine layer influences every time you get an eastern northeast wind here. 71 in Pittsburgh, 72 in Harrisburg, and 76 there in D.C. TGIF in the southeast. Got a lot of frontal boundaries in the area. Got one to the north here as high pressure retreats to the east. And take a look at this one across the Gulf Coast region. It's this one up here that we're going to watch, because over the next several days, this is where it's going to become a problem. We have a low pressure system on the west side coming out of West Texas that's attached to this frontal boundary, and it's going to be producing severe thunderstorms up here in the northwest sections, mainly north of Dallas and north of Little Rock here. And all of this will be non-severe, so right along the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, over to Tampa and Miami and Nashville, Raleigh, and Roanoke. This will all be scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Saturday, yeah, you really don't see much movement in these systems. This one slides a little bit further to the south into South Florida. Have a little bit more shower thunderstorm activity here in the central Florida peninsula. But up here in the Carolinas, things are going to be cooling down. So we're going to be on a downtrend here. Slightly initially. So we got some severe thunderstorms up here in northern Arkansas and the upper Mississippi River Valley. We'll watch for damaging wind, large hail, and some isolated tornadoes for your Saturday. But look at this for Sunday. We kick this cold front out of the plains, cool it way down, and then we bring some severe weather just west of Dallas here. This is going to be something that's going to blossom into Monday. Now you see this system up here that's up in the northeast. This is also attached to this system. You got showers and thunderstorms. Thankfully, none of these will be really severe here in the Atlanta, Birmingham area up to Roanoke, but they will become a little bit frisky up here into eastern Kentucky, West Virginia, and eventually they're up in the Ohio River Valley. Could have some isolated severe temperatures. Look at this, just well above average and well into the 80s. And look at this into Monday. Look at this. Yep, we continue to bring the heat on. Showers and thunderstorms. This is where we're going to watch for this tornado outbreak here across North Texas, North Louisiana, into western Arkansas. In temperatures, as I said, we have a lot of dew points and temperatures feeding into this to create all of this instability and problems in this big old warm front. As the saying goes, never trust a warm front. And my extended outlook for hometown viewers, Binghamton to Scranton's upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York into northeast Pennsylvania, Friday through Tuesday. Take a look at this. Sunny Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Finally, we're getting some payback here. Bright, sunny skies. That is a cold start Friday morning, unfortunately. Yeah, we're starting off in the 20s as well, Saturday as well. But look at that. We start to really warm it towards the 60, 69 degrees by Sunday. Saturday afternoon's not too bad either, 62. But look at this. Monday and Tuesday, we're rolling the clouds with that next front moving in. Thankfully, there's not going to be major severe weather. So, scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. But for the most part, we are heading in the right direction, at least for the next 5 to 6 days here. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. Go over to my Facebook page, Medium Mark, also Weather Northeastern. Also, go over to Twitter at Weather Eastern. Hopping back to Facebook, I do have the Hurricane Outlook page. Hurricane season's coming up. My Hurricane Outlook is coming out very shortly. Like my Hurricane Northeastern page. Also, MediaMark.com, WeatherNortheastern.com. Don't forget to smash the like button, question, or comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't hit that bell button. Thanks for watching.